What up, y'all? It's your boy Kevin Wright coming at you real quick. So, this is going to be one of the first of many videos that's going to be coming to you to encourage you with different resources that I have found really dope. Those that I believe will be beneficial to you, to the work you do, to the students you work with, and just period, to encourage you. So, a lot of you saw on my personal Facebook page, I recently bought this book right here from Lecrae called I Am Restored: How I Lost My Religion But Found My Faith. And a whole lot of people was asking me to let them know how it is. So to y'all that ask, here we go. I'm finna tell you like a TIT is why you need to get this book right here. Lecrae, I Am Restored: How I Lost My Religion But Found My Faith. I'm gonna need for you to pick it up. First reason I need you to pick up this book, one, is because it's Lecrae. If you know the man's music and you know his ministry, if you've watched his journey through the years, that's enough of a reason right there for you to pick up this book. And if you're not familiar with Lecrae, I'm gonna need you to get hip. Hop on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, look up his latest album, which is called Restored. Start right there. Bang that thing in your Jeep, wherever else you're going, and you will see why you need to get the book. In addition to the fact that the man is a dope hip hop artist and has been holding it down for a long period of time, this book is very raw, very honest, and very transparent about the journey that Lecrae has been on, specifically within the last few years with various events and various things happening up in our country, and various events in his own personal life throughout his recording career and his various journeys in relationships with various aspects of peoples across the body of Christ. If you one of them people like myself that serve in ministry spaces where not everybody looks, thinks, and acts like you definitely gonna want this book, because you're gonna want to see that in a lot of instances you ain't crazy. It ain't fake. What's going on? It's not make believe. It's not imagine. You want to know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and pick up the book. If you're familiar with Lecrae's ministry, you already know what I'm talking about. But go ahead on and pick up the book. Number two, for men, period. It speaks to areas of trauma, areas of abuse. It talks about why therapy is an important tool, that you should not be ashamed if that's the route you end up going down in order to work through what's going on. Therapy is not something to be ashamed of, not at all. And he talks about his journey with therapy in the book. He talks about his journey with various trauma he's been through, and a lot of folks, all of us in life, have been through something in some way, shape, or form. And so the way that Lecrae puts it down in here, when it comes to his story with his scars and everything that's going on, that's another reason you need to pick up this book. Number three. Another reason that you need to get this book is it's honestly an easy read. Reading through the book, it was like I was sitting down having a conversation with Lecrae, just hearing various aspects of his life. It was like being able to sit across the table, grabbing your favorite meal, and grabbing your favorite cup of coffee, however you want to do it, being able to sit down and talk about some things and talk about what's going on. I bought the book. I started the book on Saturday and I finished it on Monday. And here I am Wednesday, November 18th, 2020, sitting down here with a review. It's a real easy read. It's worth everything that I spent. And also, for those of you who may not have time to sit down and read a physical book like this, there's an audio version of the book which Lecrae himself narrates. So if you know his music, you know he is more than equipped to be able to speak the book to you himself, which he does. He's the one who narrates the audio recording, because I know some of y'all, if you like me and I listen to an audio book, I want to hear from the author. And one of the reasons I want to hear from the author is because there are certain aspects of your story. You've been through what you have written on these pages. So you can bring all the expression, you can bring everything to life that is being on here, because you're not just up here trying to act, to perform, to make this book sound interesting. This is your voice. This is your story. So listen to Lecrae tell his story in the audio version if you're not one to sit down and read a book. And also, again, because this is particularly for those of us who are campus missionaries, your students have probably been through some of the issues that have been talked about. And let me circle back again to the issue of abuse, mental health, and tragedy, trauma, all that kind of stuff. Like, Lecrae openly and candidly speaks to those areas, and he particularly talks about being vulnerable and being honest, and part of the journey of being a man and some of those stereotypes we fight through. Look, y'all, like that, like I said, as a man, period, that by itself is why you as a man need to get this book. You can see. And I'll even take it one step further, as I said earlier, specifically when it comes to various issues as a black man, when it comes to stereotypes about therapy. Again, why should you get therapy? Therapy means you weak. It means you ain't really walking with Jesus. You ain't praying. You ain't walking in faith. All that kind of crazy stuff that you can hear at times when you're dealing with various issues. Again, those are things that get addressed. So if you want to know you ain't crazy, there it is. When it comes to areas of race and culture and how they intersect with ministry within the church, and how some of the things we're currently walking through as a society when it comes to race and culture in the church and issues of justice, all that kind of stuff. Lecrae gets to speak to some of those areas too. He shares with you his journey as he's come to learn about, walking through those areas of race and justice, and even most importantly, walking towards the hope that is the person of Jesus. Because you can be raw, you can be honest, you can be real, and at the end of the day, as followers of Jesus Christ, we need to be able to walk in hope. And walking in hope does not mean that you have to negate and pretend like the issues of life are not the issues of life. You don't have to pretend that certain issues aren't happening. Once again, I mentioned areas of race and culture. Lecrae don't shy away from his journey with walking through racism and walking through things that particularly I myself as an African American can relate to in various aspects, in various ways, and that you don't have to pretend those things don't exist in order to have a genuinely joyful heart and a joyful approach towards doing the work that speaks to the whole of the body. This book, again, speaks to all those things. So if you're wondering why you need to get those books, I just told you. And I didn't give you no spoilers because I'm not a fan of people who like to throw spoilers, whether it's movies or anything. I'd rather be able to enjoy that read myself. So there you have it. One more time. Lecrae, I'm Restored, How I Lost My Religion But Found My Faith. You want to know why you need to get this book? You just heard it. You, at this point in the video where you're looking at me pointing to this book from Lecrae, you need to get this book and put it in your library. For those of you who not read hard copy books, there's an audio book available. For real, get on it, pick it up. All right, y'all. Peace.